the printmaking studio, you can use foam to make foam prints. For our setup for foam prints, you need first a piece of foam. You need a piece of paper. Oops. A clean piece of paper. Your paper needs to be either the same size or bigger than your foam stamp. You need a dull pencil, not a sharp pencil, a dull pencil. You also need markers and a damp sponge, not a soaking wet sponge, a damp sponge. We barely want it wet, okay? So step number 1 is you need to draw your design on the foam with a dull pencil. So you can draw whatever you want on your foam stamp. Do know that if you are writing letters, the letters need to be reverse and backwards. So what that means is if you are going to write the word art, you actually need to flip it around backwards and flip the letters around too. So A is going to be at the end like that. My R will be backwards like that. And my T will be backwards as well. So the letters need to be backwards and the letters need to be backwards too. Okay, we don't have to do words if you don't want to, or letters. For mine, I'm just going to keep it simple for this video. I'm going to do kind of like a star pattern. When you are tracing, we want to press hard, but not too hard. If you press too hard, you're going to cut the foam in half. But we want it to be hard enough to where we can feel where the little dips are. So not too hard, kind of like medium hard. Okay, so after I have my design that's in the foam, then I can color it with markers. So you're going to go to the drawing studio, you're going to get some markers, and you are going to color it almost like you're coloring a piece of paper. Okay, so I think I'm going to do a rainbow design. So green, blue, purple. We want to color like an artist. If you scribble, you're going to have scribbles in your print, which we don't want. So make sure you are doing your best coloring, as always. Okay, so red, orange. I'm gonna have some extra spaces. Let's see. Yellow. We can do a dark green over here. Well, it's kind of like the rainbow. Not exactly like the rainbow. Let's see, and we'll do pink right here. Rainbow colors, not in the right order. Okay, so there's my design. When you have your design, make sure you don't touch it because the ink will come off. Like I see a place where I just touched it and it came off a little bit. So be careful. Okay, after you color with markers, you're going to kind of set that to the side. You are going to get your paper out and you're going to get your sponge. I'm going to say it again. Do not get your sponge too wet. We do not want it dripping wet. We just barely want it wet. So put it in the sink under the water, get it wet, and then squeeze out all that extra water. Really squeeze hard. We just want it to be damp. Okay, so now I'm going to take my sponge and I'm going to just kind of wipe my paper. Again, we don't want it soaking wet, but we do want it wet. Okay, so wipe it a couple times. And then you're going to take your foam, you're going to turn it upside down, and you're going to press it on your paper. And then make sure you press over all of the spaces. Okay, try not to let it move as you're pressing it down. Press, press, press. Okay, I'm going to lift it up. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, so there's my stamp, and there is the print that it made. Okay, this is a super fun, bright, colorful technique.